Okay.
It's time for free money! Free money!
No, that was cruel.
My college football picks against the spread.
Free money for your bookie.
You know, you say that.
And I'm right.
Do you see what my record was last week?
The bookie got money, right?
8-1. 8-1.
Bask in the glory of it now.
Do you know what the
it will never be this good
and
ever
3 for
again.
3 on the ones with lines. 3 for 3 on
Again,
those.
bask in the glory
And
now.
more
It will never
importantly,
be this good
like the
ever
only
again.
one that I missed was Liberty. It was the only one I missed, which
Fair enough.
okay.
Yeah.
Deal.
Sure.
That's fine.
Sure.
So, 8-1. Trust me with your money.
No, don't.
We're gonna
Please
go.
don't.
We're gonna go in.
I've seen how much this guy orders on Amazon.
We're gonna go. Me.
Well, I have the money.
I guess that's true. You're rich. All right, let's go in. We're gonna go in order of kickoff time. We've got actually fun day on Saturday because you go pretty much straight
I love these
until
games.
9:30.
This is
straight. Just a big week of Texas
it's a
football.
full day plus Iowa State, which isn't on this list. So we're gonna have a fun day on Saturday. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
All
right.
as every day should be Saturday calls it El Asico.
Yes.
Go on.
First game. Texas State travels to beautiful Boulder, Colorado. 1 p.m. Saturday, taking on the Buffs. They are, however, a 35.5-point underdog.
Right. So Colorado, in their opening week, they played Colorado State, and the offense scuffled but found a way. But the defense
Colorado State's a good program. That's the other thing.
Defense was great for Colorado. Really, really good. They ran the ball and they stopped the run. That's something that they were able to do. Texas State. What's problematic here is that Texas State was not able to run the ball effectively last week against Houston Baptist, and they will be able to run even less. It looks like against Colorado. As a result, they're going to need to throw to keep this game close. And Damian Williams, the early returns were kind of so I'm a little worried. Bunch of Texans here. Steven Montez is their quarterback. I don't know if you knew that. Out of El Paso.
Yes, Montez.
Watch out for running back Philip Lindsay. Here's the problem: is that and this doesn't sound like a ton, but Texas State allowed 200 yards passing to Bailey Zappi, the Houston Baptist quarterback. Now, you and I love Bailey Zappi.
Yeah.
But an FBS team should not be allowing 200 yards passing to an FCS team at home.
And as the Heat Index showed us yesterday, Texas State is the only FBS team in the bottom 5 as far as hottest teams in the state.
35's a ton. 35's a ton. I might buy the hook and go down to 34.5, but I'm going to take Colorado minus 35.5.
Yeah, that's the way to
I'm
go.
sorry. I just don't have a ton of faith in them. Especially on the road.
You are betting against them until proven otherwise. That's how bad they are right now.
What's next?
This is going to be a fun one. Number 23. Who knew? Number 23.
How about that?
TCU travels to Fayetteville, taking on Arkansas. 2:30 p.m. Saturday. The Horned Frogs on the road, a 3.5-point favorite.
Respect from Vegas.
Very much.
They saw what they
Very
did
much.
against Jackson State. That's some respect from Vegas. Arkansas drubbed Florida A&M last week like they should. They are kind of thin at running back because they lost Raleigh Williams III. He had retired, didn't he? He had
too many injuries. Yeah, they
tough.
basically told him one more hit could be the end.
Yeah, so they're relying on basically two guys, Devwall Whaley out of Beaumont, and then true freshman Chase Hayden. They also got quarterback Austin Allen, who is still there. He's a 19th-year senior. The thing about A&M or the thing about Arkansas is that we don't really know. Like, the defense could be good, but we don't really know. They give up 175 yards total to Florida A&M, which is it's fine. It sounds good, but it's like it's Florida A&M.
Right.
I think TCU looked the part of a top 25 team last week.
Well, the week was so bad that I'm already putting too much hope on
I
TCU's
know.
season after one game.
So maybe this is me doing that. And I hate taking road favorites, but that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to take TCU minus 3.5. I think they win. I think they probably win something like 31-24.
Sure.
35-24, around there.
Right.
But I think they win. I think they cover. I think TCU gets a win. But here you go. We spent the whole offseason talking about how important Kenny Hill is.
Right.
Here is a perfect example of a game where I think TCU is the better team all around, but if he farts around, they're going to lose this game. So
It's hard at this point to understand whether my heart is hoping or believing in Gary putting this season together and making it magical.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I will take. I'm going to, but I believe in the defense, and I believe that they're going to be able to run the ball as well. So I'm going to take TCU -3.5. What's
All right.
next?
San Jose State comes to the 40 acres, taking on Texas, 2:30 p.m. Saturday. Texas is a 26-point favorite despite losing by 10 last week at home.
So San Jose State sucks. And they're really young. They're going to start a true freshman quarterback in Montel Aaron this week. They want to run the ball. They want to rely on kind of two guys, Malik Roberson and Zamori Ziegler, which is just awesome. So the defense for them has actually been okay, but it's been untested through the air. And that is, to me, where Texas is going to have its biggest advantage. Now, as we talked about at the top, who knows about Shane Buechele?
Right.
So it's going to be, to me, it's going to be interesting. The offense for Texas last week was good, but they scored 41 points basically because of three special teams and defensive plays.
Yeah.
So they probably need one or two of those. I'm going to take Texas. I think they come out. I think they're tired of getting crapped on for an entire week.
Sure.
And I think Tom Herman's going to grab them by the collar and say, "Listen, dummies, go out here and put on a show because they were booing you last week."
Right.
I like to think they took that personally. I'm going to take Texas -26. It's a lot to cover, but I think they win. I think they win comfortably.
I think you're playing with fire, but okay.
I think I am too. I don't like it.
Okay.
But it's
Fair
happening.
Enough. Fair enough. All right. Moving on to one of the more questionable lines of the week, despite how much we like both of these programs. North Texas traveling to the Hilltop, 6 p.m. Saturday. SMU is a 13-point favorite?
So I'll be at this game. I'm going to go. It's
You
gonna be
are
fun.
going. That's true.
I'll be on the Hilltop, and then maybe afterwards I'll go to
My wife thanks you because when I told her that, I was like, I guess I have to stay home to man the computers. And she was like, yay!
You don't have to.
Well, the website will be better off for that.
So both teams looked good last week against teams they overmatched. To me, this question comes down to what were they holding back, right? What was North Texas holding back in their win over Lamar?
Mm-hmm.
What was SMU holding back in their win?
It's true.
Over who they play?
SMU?
Yeah.
Who was the trash team that they smoked? Stephen F. Austin.
Stephen F. Austin.
Yeah.
They beat Stephen F. Austin. 13's a ton.
No offense, Stephen F. Austin, but you're not that good this
An
year.
FCS team. Ben Hicks needs to be sharper. I think this is asking a lot of SMU, especially considering how good the North Texas offense looked all over the field, where Mason Fine, Jeffrey Wilson, everything was clicking for this North Texas offense. I think SMU wins this game, but I'm going to take North Texas +13. That line seems strangely
It's a rivalry
inflated.
game.
It's funny because if this game were like SMU -8, I'd be like, ooh, that's tough. It would be either way. But -13 is just a ton.
Yeah, we're super high on SMU this year.
know,
But I
but-
also think North Texas is great.
I think North Texas is pretty good. So
Yeah, I don't know.
So I'm going to take North Texas +13. What's next?
All righty. Nicholls State travels to College Station, taking on Texas A&M. 6 p.m. Saturday, no line, of course.
So Texas A&M coming off, of course, the collapse in L.A. The collapse.
No.
I'm trying to fit that in. They're playing Nicholls State. If you don't know, Nicholls State is the most Cajun team of all time. They're from like Thibodaux, Louisiana. Their best player is Damien Jean-Pierre Jr.
That's great.
They've got a guy named Bo Herbe.
Abear.
And Bo is spelled Beaux.
Yes.
Like, it's so perfect.
Everything you want.
I love everything about Nicholls State. They're going to get murdered by Texas A&M.
Yeah.
They did beat McNeese State with big plays defensively. However, they allowed 432 yards of total offense to McNeese State. And if they did that, then what is the offensive line and the running game for A&M going to do with them?
Right.
There's no line, but it's easy. I think A&M wins this game like 63-10 or something just ugly. But I like A&M in this one. What's next?
This one, another confusing line. UTSA goes to Waco, taking on Baylor. 7 p.m. Saturday. Baylor is a 17-point favorite? What?
So I have a couple of theories.
Yeah, what
on
is your
this.
theory? Because I don't get it.
My theory is that Vegas doesn't know who UTSA is. That's I'm being kind of serious here.
Right.
That like if you know anything about UTSA, they were a pretty decent team last year. I don't think anybody's gonna say they were a world beater, and they look like they could be better this year.
I think if you're going to make like a counter argument, you could argue that the style of football that UTSA plays is actually favorable to Baylor because it's sort of a similar matchup in philosophy. But,
maybe,
but I don't know.
But look at how. But look at how
Liberty.
But look at how banged up Aaron Judge just said, Homer. Look at how banged up they are. They're like who's going to be their running back, right? They are. Baylor was already woefully thin. Now they're thinner. I think UTSA is a solid team. Dalton Sturm, Jalen Rhodes. This is going to be a great test for this secondary for UTSA. With Nate Gaines, who's back from shoulder surgery, with Austin Jupe at the cornerback position. Look, Baylor's the better team here. I don't know if that's necessarily breaking news, but UTSA is the better team. It is, but 17 seems entirely too rich for me. I'm going to take UTSA in the points and just roll the dice and say, yeah, you know what? Like maybe Baylor wakes up and puts everything together, but whereas Texas, they didn't suffer any major injuries, and whereas A&M, well, I mean, they lost Starkle, but like you feel like they should be able to. They've got an easier path against Nicholls State.
Different kind of opponent.
Like Baylor's like banged up. I'm going to take UTSA plus 17 here and say let's see what happens because I think Baylor's going to win, but it could be something like 49-34, and then all of a sudden you're a winner. So I'm going to take I'm going to take the UTSA plus 17. That was odd.
A weird one.
What's next?
This is a tough one. Rice travels to UTEP, 7 p.m. Saturday. UTEP at home is a 1.5 point favorite, which tells you everything.
Is this so? Texas State is in this mix as well, but these are this is a matchup of two of the three worst FBS teams in Texas.
Yeah,
it's going to be ugly. Being in El Paso helps, but basically, look at this. They're basically saying that Rice would be favored slightly on a neutral site.
Right.
Generally speaking, you think about a neutral field as like it's the home field advantage is a 3-point swing. So here's the thing: Rice allowed 287 yards of the ground to Stanford.
Right.
UTEP ain't Stanford.
Right.
Okay. That is but they're still going to be able to run the ball effectively. That's what they want to do, right? So there's that. The other thing about it is that while UTEP looked really bad against the pass against Oklahoma, has Rice proven they can throw the ball?
Right.
Like that is, to me, I just don't think a Rice quarterback has proven they could beat him through the air. I'm gonna take UTEP. I'm gonna take UTEP
Interesting.
minus 1.5.
Okay.
At home. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, the other thing, you hate to bring this up because it shouldn't matter. But like you wonder where Rice's head is at.
Yeah, Rice.
They've been traveling. They're coming off a week off. I don't know. This is very. I mean, they haven't been practicing at home.
Right.
I'm going to take UTEP minus 1.5, but this is a weird game, and I have almost no confidence in it.
All right.
Finally,
last one.
Maybe the most fun. TCU Arkansas is the most fun.
Yeah,
one,
but this is a nice nightcap.
Oh yeah.
As far as late night.
Well,
and
9:30.
West Coast game,
come home, crack a
9:30
brewski.
kick. The Cougs traveling to Tucson, beautiful country over there. 9:30 p.m. Saturday. Houston is a 1-point favorite.
First of all, that's respect from Vegas.
Serious.
That is serious respect from Vegas for a team that has not played a game yet to go on the road at a Power 5 team and be a favored.
Yeah.
Is impressive.
Right.
That Vegas knows what's up. And you know what? They're right because Arizona. And I know you think Arizona and you think, they're a Pac-12 team. Arizona is very quietly a trash football team. So last week they beat Northern Arizona. They allowed 562 yards of total offense.
Yeah.
6.1 yards per carry to Northern Arizona.
Not great.
Now, they can run the ball with Nick Wilson. That's going to be their guy they go to run the ball. But the thing is, like, where are the question marks we have about Houston's defense? They're in the secondary.
Yeah.
Certainly not the front seven.
Right.
We think the front seven's pretty salty.
Yep.
So if you're going to run the ball, that's fine, but Houston's equipped to face that. This is going to be whether or not Brandon Dawkins, the quarterback for Arizona, has a big game. That is, to me, what ends up being the matchup in this that is going to determine this game. But you know what, man? And I know that this is kind of the same thing with UTSA. There's a school of thought that when you've got a team that's played a game versus a team that hasn't played a game, you take the team that played a game. And this is an instance here. I don't buy that here. I think Houston's a better team. I think Major Applewhite's going to have his boys ready to roll. And remember this. Now, as a new coach, but generally speaking, Houston comes out hot.
It's true.
To start the year.
It's true. Yeah.
Last year they beat Oklahoma in the opener. Arizona and Oklahoma. I'm taking Houston -1 here, and I think they win. I think they win this game, which is all they need to do to at least get a push. But I'm taking Houston in that one. So to recap, my picks are Colorado -35.5 at home against Texas State, TCU -3.5 at Arkansas, Texas -26 against San Jose State. I already hate that pick. North Texas +13 at SMU. Texas A&M over Nicholls State. I like UTSA +17 over Baylor. I like UTEP -1.5 over Rice. And I like Houston -1 over Houston. And that is free money.